So what we're going to be demonstrating is the ability to go straight to the root cause of a symptom in the body. Remember, as I said, thought precedes creation. We don't just look at the body when we're dealing with healing an illness or a symptom. We go to where it started, because that's what's going to be the cure. Okay, what's your name?
Claire.
Claire. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Claire.
Are you comfortable to share your symptom?
Yeah.
With YouTube? No.
Hi, YouTube.
That's awesome.
I have a lot of fibroids in my uterus, and the recommendation at the moment is to have a hysterectomy.
Oh.
And I asked my higher self, and the message is something about getting rid of them, but I don't want a hysterectomy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to look at some truth. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Sonny will support you in keeping your energy nice and clear there. Okay, so let's go into where we need to go with this. And it's like, it's got nothing to do with the illness. We're not even going to be talking about the illness. All right? Where we're going is how she sees herself. So let's look at that. When we go deep into a space of truth, or non-truth, what we get to see is that she sees herself as flawed. I'm not a perfect woman. I'm not a perfect female. Now, which brings us to how the body reflects this up. Body's going to reflect it up whatever area that mirrors that. And guess where that's going, right? Femininity, the feminine identity itself. Showing up imperfections. Now, you've all gone very solemn and very sympathetic. But don't believe that nonsense. There's nothing flawed about her. There's nothing imperfect. It's just a belief, a non-truth. That's the good news. So the body's going to reflect the non-truths as much as it reflects the truth, isn't it? It doesn't go, oh no, I'm going to ignore what you think about yourself and wait till you think something good about yourself. I'm going to reflect everything. Everything shows in the body. Warts and all, truths and non-truths. So let's see where we need to go. Are you ready to let in truth? And she's like, yes, I am. Here we go. And we're going to get as far as we can. Like, this is going to be your journey. I'm going to take you to a point which is going to set you on a path, and then now you've got the tools to keep going. All right? So I'm going to break the ice for you. All right? The first truth that she needs to realize is that all these imperfections that she feels within herself were all the imperfections of the people around her. And they saw themselves as imperfect and went, whoa, much better to hand that to you. Pop, 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 pop. I'll give them to you. Well, I'm not going to look at them and see them and myself as imperfect. Much better to have you carry that for yourself. So we go a bit deeper and we realize that what they really saw in you was perfection. Can you feel that? Perfection. And nothing more activates people than perfection. People who see themselves as flawed, when they're faced with a perfect child, a perfect being, how dare she see herself as perfect? How dare I see her as perfect when I see myself as so flawed? So it's your perfection, not your imperfection, that activated them. Perfection. It's a lot to take in, but that's your truth. As a light, a perfect being, you're going to ruffle some feathers. I know.
Take it from him.
A perfect being is always going to set a light, activate, cause huge reactions in anyone that sees themselves as flawed, especially a parent. How can me be so imperfect create something so perfect? I'm going to screw it up, and that makes me even more imperfect. I better have her feel imperfect now so she doesn't blame me later for being imperfect and screwing it all up. And unfortunately, with unenlightened parents, that's what happens. It causes such a reaction in them that just send their energy externally. Rather than healing it and looking at it and clearing it within themselves, just handball it. Yeah, you have this. I don't want it anymore. So we're just going to go to another truth before we complete this one. What's tied up in there is, oh, but it was my role to have them see themselves as perfect, to have them believe in themselves, to have them love themselves and heal themselves. You see that? So when we got that going on and feeling imperfect, it's like, not only am I imperfect, which is their energy, I've failed at having them see themselves as perfect. So I am imperfect. See, two mind lies keeping each other in place. It's devastating. So we go to the truth of that one. Set you free. So there's a truth of that. Because it was your role to show up perfection in them, by being perfect, not by doing anything, just by being yourself, that was your only role. And because that was your role is the reason they wanted to suffocate that light. Not only are you beautiful and perfect and showing this all up, showing our imperfections up, but you're here to show us up as being perfect. And we won't have that. We are far from perfect. So you can take it on that you have failed miserably as showing us up to be perfect as well. So realize it was their responsibility to see the perfection mirrored back at them and embrace it. That wasn't your responsibility. You can't do that for someone. You can't have somebody get something if they don't want to get it. It's them to get, right? You're just the mirror. The mirror just stands there, doesn't it? It doesn't say, oh, please see the beauty in yourself. I love your hair today. Can you I love that new dress you're wearing. It's just a mirror reflecting. That's your job. That was it, beginning and end, to show up perfection by being a perfect being. Now my daughter and my son does that as well. She stands there, looks at me with her big blue eyes, this is perfect personification of the universe. I can either let that in and go, wow, what an awesome dad I am, look what I helped create. Or I can go, oh, she's too beautiful to look at. Couldn't be my child. That's my choice, isn't it? It's not her choice. She's not there going, oh, sorry, Dad, I'm going to give you some coaching around that. I need to... Yeah, I was going to say, it's coming, and she already does. She helps me with my yoga and pulls me up and does all these things. She already is coaching me. She's 3. My son too. But that wasn't your job. And it isn't her job. Just because she does it, it's not her responsibility. So let that in. I'm a perfect being who showed up perfection, and they rejected themselves in that. Not you. They didn't reject you. Do you get that? You see how we can easily, they're rejecting me. They're rejecting my reflection. No, they're rejecting their reflection. They're rejecting themselves. And this is what I was saying earlier, that the mind is made up of all these misunderstandings. This is a misunderstanding. Can you all see that? Turns everything upside down to be about us. It's all my fault. I'm the rejected one. I'm the imperfect one. No, perfection. This is perfection. So let me ask this question. I mean, it's such a redundant question, but I'm going to ask it because I just want to bring you present to something here. Who would love these abilities in their own life? To help those that you love, be it your children, your husband, your wife, to be able to stop someone from dying from an illness that was just a belief that they had since they were a child, to be able to reveal a life purpose to somebody, bring truth to where there was absolutely no truth whatsoever. I mean, how powerful is that? And did it take effort? No. Am I tired after that? Did it take years and years of psychology training? No, but that would have taken years and years with psychology, wouldn't it? And I couldn't even get into, how would I have ever gotten to that? Life purpose, truth. They're not equipped to deal with that. These abilities with UI are instant knowing, instant truth, instant shifts.